Hello, everybody. Jaime Cortez here, and I am in Scottsdale, Arizona today. And I have a wonderful special guest that is in New Mexico today. Welcome to Choir Stories by OCP. Here's a new edition, and I am happy today to introduce Carmen Flórez-Mansi, who is in the Archdiocese of Santa Fe. She is at the Cathedral Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi. And it's an exciting time for me to be able to talk to Carmen, who I've known for many years. So welcome, Carmen, to the program.
Thank you so much, Jaime. I'm honored to be here with you.
Yay. Well, I know that you and I have known each other for many years. I know that most of the time we are in conferences together. Most of the time we see each other, passing by in a hall, going, I got to go teach it. I got to go teach. So we've seen each other mainly that way. But I know that you are a very talented woman with lots of beautiful gifts. You're a great teacher and a wonderful musician, a singer. I know you have incredible responsibilities where you are in Santa Fe, and you're also a wife and a mother. And so I'm really grateful that you took the time to talk to us today for these choir stories. So I know you're at the Cathedral Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi. Tell me a little bit about your responsibilities there.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here, and I think all of us have so much responsibility juggling home and work. So it's an honor to be here. About the cathedral, I'm the pastoral associate for music there, and with my colleague Gabriel Gabaldon, we run the Office of Worship. We take care of all the sacred music concerts as well as liturgies, and probably most importantly, our pastoral journey with those that are bereaved now, funerals, and also couples that are planning their weddings. And so, all that encompasses the sacred liturgy and music, I take care of, and happy to do so.
That's wonderful. Actually, I happened to check the website for the Basilica, the Cathedral Basilica, and I saw that you have a beautiful photo for the Mass of Remembrance there in honor of all those beloved departed. They're going to this weekend, especially, would be very appropriate. And so you have a beautiful picture, and I know you're inviting people to send their photos of their loved ones or their names of the loved ones so they can be mentioned. So that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful liturgy.
There have been, particularly this year, so many more funerals than normal. I'm sure that's occurring across the country. And I think that our Lazarus ministry, that encompasses servers and lectors and also the worship staff, we are reaching out to people that are bereaved, and it's really important. And although we are not having masses in person in our archdiocese, due to a huge spike in COVID 19 cases, we will be able to journey with those people that are bereaved. And they are so precious to us. And we hold them in prayer daily, but also really try to do a good job and be with them during this really difficult time.
Absolutely. And I guess just piggybacking into what you're saying, I know that all of us, during this year, this 2020, we have shut down our churches, but I know that we all also slowly started reopening them. I'm hearing that in your diocese and in the cathedral, things did not end up well, and they had to shut down again. Is that true, or?
It is true. Our Archbishop John Wester, as you know, is our Archbishop and a very pastoral man. And I know that that decision to cease in person masses was probably a very, very difficult
I
decision,
bet.
and one that he prayed deeply about. He has a task force of people that are very prayerful and discerning, and so they came together to see that this was something that was very important for us to do. But I think it's an opportunity for us to catechize in the sense that although we're not together physically, we join together as the communion of the saints in prayer together, and we attend mass and in prayer together. And that's a powerful statement that we want to always share, that although we are not together in person, we certainly, as the body of Christ, walk and journey with
We're
one another.
united. Definitely. You are live streaming. Will you live stream the
We have been live streaming ever since we began, and as you know, all across the country, we all were kind of thrown into we have to do this. So we have to figure out how to do it. And the pastoral team, in particular, Carlos Martinez is our guru. He is amazing. And so we've been live streaming 1 to 2 masses a weekend, and then we record others and then post them. But we've been recording and live streaming all kinds of things, and we will continue to do that at the cathedral.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah, that learning that technology was such a an interesting month for everybody. Yeah,
Right, for sure, everybody. But I think that, people are so grateful. The
oh,
comments that we get, the return of people's emails of gratitude, that it's kept them connected when this is such an isolating time. And I think that all those efforts, as much as they are, it's a lot of effort to do recorded masses or recorded prayer services that people are very grateful, and it keeps our community together, which is the most important thing.
absolutely. I think that's my experience too. So good job with that. Tell me a little bit about how are you communicating them with your choir? I mean, how are they doing? I mean, do you get any chance to hear from them?
I do. We meet regularly. We have met regularly through COVID, even though they were not preparing for the big Easter Triduum or ordinations or all of the things that we were usually would have been doing. We continued to meet on Wednesdays, and we would be together, see how everyone was doing. Uh, During Lent, we would sing Lenten hymns together and then offer our prayers for our families. During the month of May, we prayed the Rosary together. So that's with the adult pontifical course, which is the two adult courses together. With the children, I continue to meet with them every week, and we learn songs. I go through maybe the hymns that we're going to be praying together at Mass, so that they know and continue to catechize about the liturgical season or whatever's going on in our church at that time, and continue to connect with them, so that when we are back together physically, it's not like a bunch of strangers trying to get used to each other. So it's been very effective. The teenagers, our St. Cecilia choir, I see them every day. Most of them go to St. Michael's High School, where I teach as well. And so I see them every day. And then they join also in prayer with the adults. Some of them don't go to St. Mike's, but we still are able to connect with them in rehearsals. So we've kept together, and not everyone can meet every time, but we're certainly making an effort to do so.
Wow, you have really made this as positive as possible in the midst of this very difficult situation for all of us. I feel for all the musicians that haven't been able to get together and to play, and it's wonderful that at least you're making an effort to keep them together, to remind them that they're united and that this is a journey, and we're going to get through it all together. So
Jaime, I just want to make sure that I'm clear that we do it on Zoom. We are not physically getting together. We are on Zoom or FaceTime or something in a very safe
good,
way.
good. I'm glad you did mention that. And tell me a little bit about maybe some of the songs. Maybe there are some songs that you didn't get to sing. I know that for me, especially, it was especially on the Triduum was the most difficult. But after that, we were able to reopen. But tell me if there are songs that you can mention that were hard not to sing this year.
I think one of my favorite songs that we have done perennially for the washing of the feet was Love One Another by Bob Dufford. And that is the prayer. I mean, when I think of Holy Thursday, that song in particular, also No Hay Amor. You might know that one.
Yes,
Uh,
Bob Hurt. Yes,
just
beautiful.
a little bit, Bob Herb. And so those are the two. But Love One Another, we still did it. I still played it and sang it, but it wasn't the same without a full chorus. And so we certainly missed that. One particular psalm that was so important, I think, over and over through this difficult time is our beloved Mary Frances Reza's Psalm 23. El Señor es mi pastor.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It sings
Beautiful.
itself. And I just think that I've recorded it and just posted it when I felt lonely or sad and I know people are constantly requesting it for funerals, which is just really beautiful. It's hard for me to even think of one song that in every age is another. You have been our refuge, you have been our hope,
Oh,
by Sullivan Whitaker. And, I was thinking about this weekend, thinking about that, all
Saints All
saints,
Souls,
all
yeah.
souls, and your beautiful come to me, all who
Who
labor and
labor,
are
yeah.
burdened.
Vengan a
Yeah,
mí los
and a mí.
agotados. Yeah.
And that is such a powerful hymn. It's beautifully written, and so gosh, there's so many.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you. That it really all of those pieces you mentioned are so beautiful, and there are pieces that I also use in my parish. Definitely I can sympathize with that, and I bet you many people that are out there in the country also can sympathize with the the difficulty of having to play these beautiful songs, maybe not even play them, but if you do play them alone, where the choir is lacking and the music group is lacking, and sometimes we even get emotional about missing them. I know that it's an emotional time sometimes when we sing these songs that mean so much to our parish, but yet they're not present. It's a difficult time in that sense.
It is, and the parish, I think, during Holy Thursday in particular, when we have all of our music ministers together from the little bitties all the way up, and it's about an 80 or 90 voice choir shoved in one area, and we all are singing, and then we go in procession with the Blessed Sacrament. In particular, Holy Thursday was very emotional for me to do it sitting at the piano by myself,
Oh,
and also with Gabriel. His beautiful voice lifted me for sure, but it was very difficult. And I remember singing this particular piece and having to walk away from, just step aside for a minute and gather myself because I was so emotional. And our beautiful Archbishop just gave me a chance to take a deep breath and regain my composure. And then he continued with the Mass. But we were all feeling it. I
oh,
think across the country we were
I,
all
I
feeling
bet. I bet across the country, many people can share that. And I can tell you that I personally can share that with you, that the emotion of having to do some of these things alone, missing all the group, and knowing that this is so important. Some of this music is so important for the parish. So I definitely can share that with you. Wow. Well, I want to ask you one more question, but I do not want to forget before I do that to mention also that you are such a talented person, and I know that you also are part of the Symphony Orchestra and Chorus in Santa Fe. So mention a little bit about what that is like for you. What do you do there?
Oh, thank you for asking. I am the choral director for the Santa Fe Symphony Orchestra and Chorus, and I've there was a national search, and there were 3 or 4 applicants, I believe, and we had to go through a year of selection, and finally I was selected, I believe, in 2018, and at the end of 17, excuse me. And so I've been with them for 2.5 years, 2 full years, and then this would have been my 3rd year. But there's not a lot of choral singing
Yeah,
going on
right.
right now, so we're working on some virtual projects and a way to keep our singers together. It's about an 85 voice mix of professional singers and really good amateur singers
Oh my gosh,
by
yeah.
audition. So
That
it's
that's
wonderful.
it's
And we
kind of
get
a big deal. I mean, you mentioned it so casually, but it really is amazing, and it's really impressive that you actually are, the choral director for the symphony orchestra and chorus, but also and on top of that, directing the Cathedral Basilica. So wow, I mean, lots of talent there, and I'm very proud of you, Carmen, for all the
Aw,
things that you
thank you.
do. I know that you're also a wife and a mother. So tell us a little bit about your family.
I am. My husband Tom and I have two sons, Thomas Luke, who will be 22 in a little less than a month, and he is a senior at University of Denver's Lamont School of Music in vocal performance. A beautiful tenor and a beautiful heart. He loves to cook, and we sure did a lot of it during COVID. And then our youngest, Don Esteban Francisco, and he is our Lionheart. He is full of energy, loves to skateboard and to sing, and we have five dogs and goats and chickens and all of that. So he's really into helping with that. So we feel really blessed. And during this time of COVID, when everyone's home, or Thomas Luke's back at school now, but when we were all home, it was such a blessing to have them here with us, knowing they were safe, but also to enjoy them
I think that's a
together in the
similar
house.
sentiment for many people, and I know for my three boys too. It's nice to have them home where we know they're safe. They're cooped up and they're suffering through it, and they just want to get out. But we feel for them. So, well, let me ask you. Then my final question is: do you have maybe a message that you would like to give your music ministers, maybe an encouragement, and then hopefully that will translate to all the music ministers of the whole country?
I do. I tell them how much I love and miss them all the time. And I tell them that their prayer, their musical prayer, is the soundtrack to the prayer of our church, and how grateful we are for their beautiful ministry, for their prayer, and for all that they are and all that they give. And during this time of COVID, when we're not together and their voices are silent, that they are missed so much, and that we honor the prayer that they are doing behind the scenes while their voices can't be heard physically. And so we hope that everyone stays safe, and that when we do come back together, that we're all there, which is the most important part.
Amen. Thank you, Carmen. Carmen Flórez-Mansi, everybody. Wonderful, talented woman that is in Santa Fe, in the Archdiocese of Santa Fe. She's at the Cathedral Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi. So when you go visit, go and check it out. And that's, well, of course, when we can get to go out and be at Mass. We wish you the best, Carmen. We are so grateful that you joined the Choir Stories by OCP today. And we wish you blessings into your family, into your ministry, and to all the musicians and music ministers that are with you in Santa Fe. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jaime. Thank you for this honor to be with you today.
This has been Jaime Cortez for Choir Stories by OCP. Muchas gracias. Thank you to everybody. We will talk to you in the next episode, okay? Take good care and be safe.